movers. Jess, what have we got?
Well, good morning, Manis. Well, we do have another busy week for earnings. Obviously, last week was the busiest week when it came to earnings, with more than 40% of companies in the S&P 500 by market cap reporting. But this week still has more. So you still have about 30% of the S&P 500 reporting. And then headlining today, though, SoFi Technologies, if you look at that stock, down about 4% in pre-market trading, though this does come after SoFi did raise its net income guidance. And of course, that does come because bets on fewer rate cuts.
Jess.
Taking a look at the S&P 500, trading back above that 5,100 level here. And if you look on a sector basis, 9 of the 11 industry groups are higher, of course, led by consumer discretionary and real estate. If you look at the opposite end, though, communication services down more than 1%. And this is because what we were talking about earlier, man, is looking at the S&P 500's media and entertainment group, that down close to about 2% today. That does have to do when you look over at Paramount shares, PARA is the ticker symbol on this. It's actually, if you look at this stock, though, that one is actually up about 6%. But when you look on the opposite end of that, when you're looking at what's happening with shares of Alphabet as well as Meta, those two stocks are down about 2%. And the S&P 500 is coming off of its best week of the year last week. But again, if you look on a monthly basis, the S&P 500 is down close to about 3% this month. So that would put it on pace to snap a 5-month winning streak, which actually is pretty rare to see that 5-month span between November and March in those gains. But of course, the S&P 500 rallying roughly about 20% off that October low. But still, of course, a lot of earnings coming up this week, as we talked about earlier, Manis, when you're looking at Apple coming on Thursday. And then we have Amazon after the bell tomorrow. And then, of course, we're going to have Coca-Cola and McDonald's later this week, too.
Yeah, it's going to be fill or kill on some of these bigger tech names as well, and on the broader market. Jess, thank you very much. Jess Menton.